What is up, you guys? How we feeling? I'm Whitney Moore, and welcome to Sci-Fi Wire at C2E2, and I am joined by some very good friends of mine. I am so excited to sit down with the cast of the hit Geek and Sundry show, Critical Role. What's up, guys?
Hey, Whitney! Happy to be here.
Why don't we, and you guys obviously need no introduction, but why don't we just go straight down the line and tell us what your name is and what your role is on the show?
Hey, I'm Sam Riegel. I play a little goblin girl named Not the Brave.
I'm Matthew Mercer. I'm the dungeon master of the show and the receiver of electric shocks from Travis for the past 10 minutes.
I'm Marisha Ray, and I play the grumpy monk Bo.
My name is Taliesin Jaffe, and I play this insane tiefling named Mollymock. Well, there we are.
Or something.
I'm Travis Willingham, and I play the handsome Fjord Jodord.
Yeah, hello, my name is Liam O'Brien, and I play Caleb Widowguest, who works with the magic.
And has a French accent.
Wait.
Wait.
You guys have had an absolutely insane con. You have been doing autographs, having meetups. What has your con been like? Have you had any awesome fan interactions?
Oh, I mean, they're all awesome. It's crazy.
It's weird because we're used to doing convention, but Critical Role fans everyone's so nice.
Yeah.
Everyone's nice.
The cosplay is incredible. When we just started to get used to the idea that people would dress like our first campaign characters, and now to see the new ones in such strong force, it's amazing. We see a nod over there. There's a jester over there.
There's a lot of people in green skin, blue skin, purple skin, green and light green skin.
And it's just
It's a Benetton ad.
and it's weird because we've all worked on shows and games and projects where we see people dressing as our characters, but this is just stuff that came out of our head.
Yeah,
so it's
that
really
we
crazy to see.
Created, which is surreal in its own right. And then, like I said, going to conventions before, we have fans like, I like how you do this voice role, or like you were a part of this project. There's people that come up and they're excited to share with us their stories, and we're as excited to hear that as they are of ours. And I don't know, it's a very cool kind of mutual interaction when we have a chance to.
I also
Plus,
enjoy
get those
that.
sweet Matt Mercer cosplays.
Yeah.
That's a thing now. Life is weird, Whitney.
I like it.
I love that you're kind of responsible for bringing back the leather jacket and big, Coke bottle dad glasses as a look.
You know,
Own it.
as much as I could really kind of bring back the David Koresh aesthetic, I've done my job.
There's a statement.
Considering the dark undead vibe of the game, I think it's nice that you've resurrected the one fashion thing that should have stayed dead. I know. It was we worked so hard to bury it, and it's just.
That was the best part about the billboards that we got in LA, because it was guys, we're finally on a billboard and we're dressed like that.
All right, let's take it way back to the beginning. How did you guys all meet, and how did this come together as a show?
Liam.
Well, it was my birthday, and I'd been jonesing to play Dungeons & Dragons because Matt had been trying to woo me into a game multiple times, and finally I thought, well, let's do it. But it was going to be a one-time thing, and we sat around a card table in these two's old apartment, and the next day I was alive with electricity and texted the group saying, we have to do this. Ongoing, right, and nobody replied for a full 24 hours. So I just sucked into my shell like a turtle going, but here we are.
Amazing.
And that was your 15th birthday, so that was a while ago.
Yeah, we've been doing this a while.
Okay.
No.
Campaign 7.
No.
No kidding.
And the show kind of came about, we'd already been playing, 2 years?
A little bit
2
2
years?
at home, yeah.
And Ashley kept talking to Ashley kept talking to Felicia about it on one of the projects that they were working on. And so Felicia Day, who's our mother of matrons of Geek and Sundry, she was like, the mother of sundries.
Sundries.
Yeah, it's a Pathfinder deity. You got to be careful. Yeah, she heard about it and she's like, we want to make this a show, and we were like, bullshit. No, you do not. It's never gonna work. And Here we
He's
are.
right. We were wrong.
I think it works.
Do you remember like right before we were like about to go, like a week before we aired our first episode, we were joking that we should do that old D&D ad? Like that was like literally a running gag when we were like assuming we'd be doing this for 6 weeks and that would be the end of it.
Yeah,
Like,
that
yeah.
came
What
around.
happened?
And then that happened.
Yep.
The monkey's paw worked. Oh God.
For now.
You guys are in the middle of your new campaign, right? And how long were you guys on the one prior that just came to an end?
Oh.
2.5 years? 3?
No, well, before we started streaming, in
Oh,
the
yeah.
last campaign, that was 5 years total we were playing it.
Wow.
Amazing.
Almost 3 years we were on stream with it, so yeah.
So how it's got to feel so strange, sort of leaving all of that and closing the chapter on that book and then starting a new one. Tell me about that.
Oh, we all bawled our eyes out.
There was some crying. There was some definitely like shower crying.
Like-
I didn't
ugly
cry.
crying.
Nope, no crying. Didn't cry.
Just crying.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, no.
I had allergies. Okay, guys, allergies.
I will say, the night that we finished the last campaign, we all went to an Irish bar nearby and had like a wake for our campaign together. We totally got bourbon and just went to the game. So yeah, it was
And
impactful.
It's
even
been really.
Oh, go. You go.
No, it's been really fun to be nervous about playing these new characters and telling these new stories, and stressing about like are the critters gonna like this what we're inventing now, and it's been amazing to be here and to see that yes, it seems like people are enjoying what we're doing. They're dressing up as our characters and really connecting to the new story, and it's fulfilling. So it's great.
Matt, I gotta ask, what is your process when you are designing a campaign and going through what's gonna happen? Because I think there are a lot of young DMs in the crowd that probably want to learn how to DM the way you do. Ow!
I will say, I have 20 years of experience at this, so don't feel bad if for whatever reason you're like, how does he do this every week to week? I've been doing this for a long time. But these are all skills that you can learn through practice. It comes with experience. Just over time, you'll get better. Thankfully, you have examples of play now through all these great live play shows that are out there where you can pick the elements that you like and incorporate them into your own campaigns. We didn't have that back in the day. We were kind of shooting in the dark and hoping it stuck somewhere. But there's a lot of great videos online. I have some GM tips which Satine Phoenix, another amazing GM, took on and did a great job with that give you tips on how to be a better GM. Matt Colville has a great YouTube series as well that goes into really in-depth breakdowns of how to improve your game and build it. So those are my biggest recommendations to research.
Nice. Well, you guys, I hate that we only have 3 minutes left because I feel like we've barely scratched the surface, but I would love to just hear from each one of you about why you think Dungeons & Dragons can be accessible for anybody and what you like about it.
Sure, yeah. I love it because it's a shared storytelling experience. Like, Matt is the dungeon master. He comes up with the bones of the story, obviously, but it feels like we're all creating something together, and it's unlike playing a part in another project that one or two writers wrote. We're writing it in real time while you're watching the show, and that's something that's unique and so amazing as a creative person and as an actor to like be creating something as you're performing it. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think you're only limited by your imagination, which is one of the first things that Matt and Marisha told me when we were playing that first game way back when. Was I was wanting to do something, and I turned to Matt and I said, I can do anything, and he said, well, you can certainly try, which was great. And I mean, we've seen so many people over the years now coming up from all different walks of life. You don't have to be a nerd, you don't have to be a jock. You can come from any sort of background, and there's a place for you here. You can be whatever you can imagine, and I love that.
Yeah, and I love that it kind of shows, kind of going off of what Travis was just saying, that just because you're an adult doesn't mean that you have to stop playing make-believe and pretend, because that's basically what we're doing, and that you can embrace it, and that it's a very great thing to have in your life. No.
There's also just a ton of life in it. I mean, we live in a digital world where we are all hidden in an iPhone or an iPad all the time, but for 3 or 4 or 8 hours, you put that down, and you're with your friends, looking them in the eye and creating something together.
Yeah.
It's like a cure for today.
I'll take that even a bit further. The therapeutic aspects of it are really intense. It's a great way of fighting some of the secondary effects of depression and isolation. It's a great way of like creating bonds with human beings that are completely different than not to breakfast club it too hard, but like It's a way of changing a dynamic between a bunch of people in a way that just exists there, where you can suddenly be this like great warlord amongst these like 7 other fighters, and then you go back to these people who you have a completely different relationship with, and just learning how to negotiate that is so healthy.
Empathy. Yeah.
So much
Yeah.
empathy,
I mean,
so much.
To play off that too, for me, I know I owe to role-playing games a large majority of who I am today. It taught me social skills. It taught me group problem solving. It taught me how to be more confident in myself and find my voice. It taught me so much through the years that I owe a lot to it, and now I owe these wonderful people. Many of these people in our campaign, aside from like Marisha and Taliesin, I knew secondary as side friends and people I wanted to get to know better. I'd take a bullet for any of them now. They're the closest friends in my life. So I owe some of the greatest things in my life to role-playing games, and I'm so glad that other people now get to share in the same kind of experience.
He has taken it wasn't sciatic. He actually did take a bullet for one.
I did. It's healing. It's healing. It's good now.
It's good.
I can almost walk.
Rubber bullet. It was good.
You guys are absolutely fantastic. If any of you have been sleeping on Crit Role, go watch it right now. It is some amazing, top-notch storytelling. Let's give these sweet, sweet, sweet creatures a hand. Thank you so much for being here. All right. All right, you guys, for those of you who are watching the live stream, we have so much great stuff coming at you up next. Tell us what you think with hashtag It's a Fan Thing, hashtag C2E2. And up next, we got Gene Ha talking about the new May comic.